Good afternoon, everyone. It's Rob from Next Truck Sales. I want to take this opportunity and introduce you to our 2012 Peterbilt 386. It features a Paccar 455 horsepower, a 13-speed manual, 13, 2, and 40 axles, and an 80-inch sleeper. I'll take you through the truck, show you some of the things that we've done to the truck, and explain a little bit about the process if you happen to be watching this video and you're in the US. This truck is higher mileage. It is very clean, especially for the mileage. And interestingly, excuse me, if you were to put your hand in front and I said this was a, let me see if I can pan out here, focus on that, and I said it was a Pete 389, everybody would be all over it. The inside of the truck and the sleeper are pretty much identical to a Pete 389. It's just got a plastic nose on the front. So try to keep an open mind as you look at this truck that it is 80% a Pete 389 with basically a plastic nose on the front. So have a look here. This is the first gen Peterbilt engine, Paccar MX13. Given the vintage of the engine, obviously 2012, and secondly, you can tell when we pop up the hood, there's a couple of giveaways, but the truck is exceptionally clean. The customer spent a small fortune on this truck at the Kenworth dealer, getting it fixed. It had some hard starting and he put a mountain of money into the fuel system. I think at this point, when we look at it, he's at a loss from what the money he spent on the fuel system compared to what the truck is actually worth. Probably better off to have scrapped the truck, but you know what happens when you go down that rabbit hole and you start spending money. But it does run exceptionally well and it's super clean. Maybe even a good parts truck. Maybe you cut the bunk off and stick it on the back of your Pete 389, because that would work quite well, because we've got essentially a really good looking Pete 389 that's on a 386. Maybe I'm just talking crazy. Let's have a look here. Let's see what we got. We got some Dayton tires on the back. All of them look to be Virgins, and they're in and around the, well, they're not all Daytons. They're all around, at least these are 50%. That's a BF Goodrich. That's a Dayton. A couple more Daytons here. These are 40%. They're Virgins as well. Excuse me. You got the Peterbilt spoke wheels. Customer looks like he's, excuse me, yawning here. Long day. Spray painted the frame himself. Maybe he was sandblasted at one point in the past. Maybe touched up by the customer, hard to say. Bunk's in good shape if you look here. A little bit of rub from the airlines on the back of the cab, but no major corrosion. I think I saw some on the other side, I'll show you that. A little bit of pitting going on here and there. A couple spots like that, but nothing too terrible. Some nice chicken lights along the bottom. Full skirt's not too banged up. A little bit of stone chips over there. Let's see what's inside of here. Probably got some storage. I don't think there'll be much else. Yeah, so some storage. And of course that doesn't want to close, so I'm not going to worry about it. No breathers, obviously, on the 386. Have a look inside here. Air ride passenger seat. And it's funny because I have an 18 Pete 389. It's got the same door panel, like the exact same door panel. That's what caught my attention. Firestone, aluminum wheels, drum brakes up front, plastic hood. Okay, we've got homemade repair. Focus on that. Homemade repair to hold that on, that's fine. Hey, this truck isn't super pretty. It wasn't even super pretty when it was new. So why try to make it look super pretty now? Have a look here, your hood's in good shape. Okay, no spider cracking. Pretty common on some of these older trucks. You know, the hoods start to crack and then they get expensive to repair, but this one's good. No major accidents that I can tell. Looks to be the original hood here. Okay. We're gonna sell this truck DOT safety certified, ready to go to work. Have a look here, Pete front suspension spring. Okay. That'll have to be changed, got a broken hood cable, no biggie. Paccar first gen. Why isn't my phone focusing on everything I'm looking at? It's just confused here today. Remote lube, engine's dry. Paccar engines are famous for not leaking oil. Man, I don't know how everybody else can't figure out how to make an engine that doesn't leak, because Paccar does a great job. Nice thing, small block engine here. We've got a lot of room to work on this thing, and you can see a couple of new parts. I'm not sure exactly what was done, but I know there was a lot of money spent on the fuel system. I see some shiny stuff in here, but regardless, it starts good. The issue was hard starting, and I think he had some issues with the fuel pump. And I think the repair bell had a 1 in front. I'll have a look here again. EGR, back pressure valve, a bunch of first gen stuff. Okay, everything seems to be decent, not leaking oil, right? Nice and dry, amazing. Firestone steers. Let's wander around. And oh, one of the other things pretty common on these is cab corrosion, and this one has very little. I see a little bit up by the visor, but it's surface, it's not perforated. If you look really tight in there, like next to nothing. So this is potentially a good donor vehicle for somebody who's got a hot rod Pete. Maybe they want to turn it into something. This is a good starting point. Yeah, not a ton of corrosion on this thing. Nobody wants a truck with cancer, right? A little bit of corrosion going here on the frame. Pete low leaf suspension, chrome mud flap hangers, stainless steel mud flap hangers. This thing's not too great. Probably have to change that for DOT. Diffs look in good shape. Frame looks in good shape too. Somebody's been maintaining it. You can see that this has been touched up over time. I don't know what's going on with my focus. Keeps looking in the wrong spot. Okay, we've got Pete wheels all the way around, and you'll see that they have the Alcoa, they're the Durabrite 135 times 2 gallon fuel tanks. See if we can get the phone to focus on anything. It's not cooperating. Bunk heater. Okay, back of the cab, like I said, exceptional. Okay, big catwalk. Fontaine 3500, 2-foot sliding fifth wheel. Okay, so this is the worst part of the cab, right? Aluminum cab, pitting, corrosion, structurally sound, but some stuff going on there. Okay, batteries will be inside of there. We'll get this running in just a minute if I can get my phone to cooperate, if I don't throw it in the garbage. There we go, come on. Okay, so 13 speed. So we've got, 12 and 40. I thought it was 13, 2 and 40. It's probably lighter, so it doesn't need the extra weight. Power locks, mirrors, windows. Power locks, mirrors, and windows. Heated mirrors as well. Blowgun, that's always a good sign. When you see a blowgun, there's some pride of ownership going on there. This is kind of wore out. Probably needs a new cushion, but it's a good seat overall. And it's got the Peterbilt special. Yes, my cab is super squishy, so I'm actually going to put an armrest that folds in so that you can get to the back, because you got about 15 inches between the seats, and most people are wider than 15 inches. Let's get this thing started up. So you can hear that. It certainly sounds good. Hours, 25,000, almost 26,000, 1.2 million miles, getting up there, but it runs good. Have a listen. Good oil pressure. Let's see where it ends up at. 55. Okay, everything's in good working order. Okay. We've got Peterbilt Smart Nav. This is an upgrade. Diff lock, suspension dump, all your standard gauges. Okay. 13-speed manual. And again, if I told you I was sitting inside of a Pete 389, you'd say yes. You just can't see out the hood to see that there's a short hood on the front. So again, this is a perfect donor truck, methinks. Let's have a look in the back. Same kind of deal, right? So we got 2 beds, right? Not too often do you find the Pete mid-roofs with 2 beds, but I'm gonna back it out. Maybe we'll get a little bit better view. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this phone. It doesn't seem to want to focus on anything. Maybe it's drinking or something. Okay. So we've got second mattress, upper, lower mattress. Big one. It's an 80-inch sleeper. Okay, look at that. The carpet's still actually covered in the original coating that would have come from the factory. We've got good condition carpet down here. Okay, you've got a full pass-through. Your factory heater and air conditioning is over here. We've got an air top bunk heater there, diesel bunk heater, fire extinguisher. I mean, if I told you this thing was a 2000, if I put a new seat in this thing and I told you this was a 2018, you might believe me, because the condition of this thing is exceptional. Look at this. Like nothing's banged up or beat up. Right? Look at all that. Fridge, upper fridge, full size. Can make ice cubes. We've got windows on the side with the original curtains. And all of your switches. Looks like that was used. Certainly doesn't smell like it's used, but I got a bit of a cold. But it could have been 10 years ago for all I know. Have a look over here. Let's go out and have a listen to the engine running. There's probably somewhere. Could use a new steering wheel cover. Okay, got a nice CD radio up there. Nice spot for it too. So good, clean interior. Really good overall. I'm gonna bring the cruise up. Make sure this Navi is working. This is the new, I believe, no, this is, yeah, I think this is the new style navigation. It's like a 2018 and up Navi. Let's get out of here. See what it's doing. Yeah, looks like it's working. 1.2 million. Let's go have a listen to this thing running. I'm going to take the oil filler cap off, see how much blow by. That's probably the main concern, how much life is left in this thing. Let's have a boom. Unbelievable. These Paccar engines, as far as longevity, are incredible. So yes, it's got high mileage, but man, it's ever clean. I don't think you're going to find one as clean as this at this price point or vintage. It is really truly a clean truck. So take a close look. 2012 Pete 386 from Next Truck Sales. We do offer delivery and pickup from Buffalo, New York. We have a yard there and we can deliver it to you. Take delivery out of our yard there. I'm going to shut the truck off so you can hear me a little better. If you happen to be watching this movie and you're in the US and you want to buy this truck, we do offer delivery to Buffalo, New York. We have a yard there where you can take delivery, and we'll supply you with the paperwork to convert the title from Canada to US, or if you want, we can convert the title for you and supply you with a US title. So keep that in mind. This truck is made in Texas, so there's no additional taxes or duties on this thing when it crosses the border. And again, Next Truck Sales, 844-489-8789. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.